Hello everybody, welcome to the pages of Think Big, the book on motivation and leadership. I am Dr. Ambika Prasad Gaur, the author of the book, and for your information, this book is one of the best sellers on Amazon and other shopping sites. Dear friends, I am the principal of SOS Herman Marriott School, Tobepur, Varanasi, and today I will be dealing with the topic under this book, and that is why human beings fail. Friends, you must have observed yourself, or sometime you must have definitely seen your family and around you, that there are some people, those who are very, very successful, even if they don't work that much hard. Whereas there are other people, those who are hardworking but are not that much successful, as the people those who are very successful but not that much hardworking. So did you ever try to understand why it's so? I have got the answers. Why human beings fail. Please go through the contents of this book and you will find out the answer to this particular query of yours. Enjoy reading and do share the audio and video parts of this particular chapter to your friends and all others, those who want to be successful in life. Thank you very much once again. Thank you. Why human beings fail. Friends, the literal meaning of the word philosophy is to have an intense desire for knowledge. The great philosopher Aristotle used to tell his disciples, if you have a desire to get knowledge, you will get it. One of his disciples once asked, O learned one, I do have a desire to learn, but cannot get the knowledge. What is the way out? Aristotle did not say anything, but took that disciple to a nearby river the very next morning. While bathing together in the river, Aristotle thrust the disciple's head into deep water and let it be pressed under water for a while. The disciple, however hard he could try, was no match to the powerful arms of the learned man, that is Aristotle. After some time, when Aristotle let loose the disciple's head, the first question put before him was, when your head was inside the water, what were the various desires those were coming to your mind? What, sir? Who had the time to think of any desire? I was dying, and my only desire was to get out of water. That was the answer of the disciple. Now, Aristotle said, do you have the same intense desire for getting knowledge also? No, sir, honestly not, said the disciple. And that's why you are not able to get knowledge, said Aristotle. In fact, this is not the problem of you only. This is the greatest tragedy of human beings, that they have hundreds of desires at a time to be accomplished, and hence none of the desires is fulfilled. If our mind is concentrated on one desire, it can be achieved with effectiveness and efficiency. So always follow the policy of one thing at a time, remembering that the most important thing must get priority over everything else. This is the most fundamental principle of success. Now, it is up to you only to decide your priority, knowledge or some other thing. Now, let me go ahead with another story. That is, struggles are boons in disguise. Once a man found a cocoon of a butterfly. One day, a small opening appeared.
He sat and watched the butterfly for several hours as it struggled to force its body through that little hole. Then it seemed to stop making any progress. It appeared as if it had no more power left within it. And then, out of pity, the man decided to help the butterfly. So he took a pair of scissors and opened the remaining bit of the cocoon. The butterfly then emerged easily, but it had a swollen body and small underdeveloped wings. The man continued to watch the butterfly as he expected that at any moment the wings would enlarge to support the body, which would contract in time. Nothing happened. In fact, the butterfly spent the rest of its life crawling around with a swollen body and underdeveloped wings. And it's a great lesson. The kind but hasty man, in his eagerness to help the little creature, did not understand that the restricting cocoon and the struggle required for the butterfly to get through that tiny opening were God's way of forcing fluid from the body of the butterfly into its wings, so that it would be ready for flight once it achieves its freedom from the cocoon. Sometimes struggles are exactly what we need in our lives. If God allows us to go through our life without any obstacle, it would cripple us. We would not be as strong as what we possibly are. Where there is no struggle, there is no strength. So, never be afraid of struggles, misfortunes, and taunts of the fellow beings. They make you stronger day by day and hence well equipped to face life. There is another story, friends, and the story is burn out yourself to become distinguished. I repeat, you have to burn out yourself to become distinguished. Once, soil asked the earthen pitcher, I am soil and so you are. Then how it so that water unsettles me, but you are able to hold it inside you? The pitcher replied, no doubt you and I both are made up of soil, but I was first of all washed and soaked in water, then turned into shape at potter's wheel. Then I suffered blows and finally baked in the fire thoroughly. It is after so much tribulations and sufferings that I am capable of holding water inside me, and now the water is not able to do any harm to me. Similarly, a marble stone on the stairs of a temple asked the highly worshipped idol of the temple deity once. It said, you are made up of marble and I am also a marble. Our composition is the same and we were quarried from the same mine. Then how come the entire humanity worships you, but the same people trample me under their feet? Why it is so? The idol replied, listen, my sister, probably you don't know what sufferings have I undergone to reach this stage in my life. The innumerable blows from the chisel and hammer of the idol maker are known to me only. The slings and arrows of the outrageous fortune which I suffered silently have softened me to become worth worshipping. That has made all the difference between you and me. Both these stories have a deep meaning hidden beneath them. That is, there is no substitute for sufferings and testing tribulations of the world. One has to undergo through testing tribulations if one wants to achieve greatness. There is no shortcut to success. Generally, we all have 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 hands, 2 legs, and almost similar physical features, then why it is so that one person gets highest position of power in the society and the other one is trampled under feet? It is all but because of one simple reason, and that is unidirectional and focused efforts. The supreme degree of sacrifice, coupled with untiring hard labor, leads us to that point where a man is not counted as a man but superhuman beings. One important point is to be worth noticing here. Rising up at 4 o'clock in the morning during winter and then taking a holy dip in a holy river is not at all the supreme sacrifice and toil we are talking of. We are talking of the real and purposeful hard work, like a student engrossed in his studies, a mother nurturing her ailing child without a blink of sleep for nights together, etc. This book, Think Big, is full of such motivational discourses that are going to change the course of your life. But then, you must have the intense desire to change yourself. With tons of best wishes. Thank you very much.